not? It's ladies' night. Well, we'll just have to scoot on down to another frequency, I guess. They're having a net on 3885.
That's the plan, at least.
The planet!
Playing into hosting ladies' night.
Fabulous.
You have 50 minutes to practice your best, alternative lifestyle sound. See, I'm sure you can do it. We all have faith in you.
Yeah, what if you identify as a lady? Can you jump in there even if you have external plumbing?
There's a lot of, what's the buzz term these days? Gender fluidity. I get that. I haven't actually tried it because it seems a little too out of my scope of imagination. But, for example, when would it be handy to be a lady? Well, ladies drink for $1 before 9. Saturday and Friday night specials. That's damn handy. When is it handy to be a guy? Well, when the lines of the ladies' room are like down the hall and the guy's bathroom is like, they're in and out real fast, then it would be good to be a guy. So, gender fluidity has its benefits.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like just, hey, I think I'm a man or a woman. Now, like, you can identify as like, I don't know, like a Piper aircraft, Like, then what bathroom do you use? That's the problem with it all.
Piper aircraft. Yep, that's been forefront of my mind over the past week.
Well, somebody could literally identify as that. I think you can get that on your birth certificate now. But, then what do you do? There's no, airplane restroom. There's just men's and women's. It's a problem. Like, seriously, what do you do?
I identify as an Apache helicopter. 82 AFV.
Oh, hey there, Toby.
Hi, Billy. Hey, Clark. And whoever else can hear this PW station right now.
A cast of thousands on frequency. Good evening, everyone.
Well, that's fantastic.
What rig are you on tonight, Toby? It sounds a little different.
I'm on the same rig. I just don't have the transmit EQ turned on because I was messing around with stuff and I'm lazy and forgot about it. So you brought it up.
Yeah, Rojo, right on. 10-4. Commode.
And hi to KN4ZFL. And Billy, Gary says hi, and the UAN Street says, can anybody hear this microphone?
82 AFV.
Well, there's your answer.
Oh, that was a nice double, but I heard both you guys pounding in here, all up in the cherry bushels on my S meter there. Photan?
You know what's funny, Billy, is I'm watching your video feed and you're talking live on the air. It's like I'm watching an old kung fu movie because your lips don't match.
I know, I got all this delay and crap. Like, it really sucks. It's actually very irritating.
Wow, so now you not only look like a gas station attendant in Canada, but you look like one of the actors in a bad Godzilla flick. Ah, Godzilla.
Yeah, well, what can you do? I'm not very good with technology over here. Let me down the sword. Okay. No, it didn't do a damn thing, did it?
Well, you just got a shout out here, Bill. AG
Buffering and streaming versus real time.
AG5CK, thanks.
Good picture.
Says thanks to
W2 fireplace in the background. You got to get a little fire crackling in the background. There you go.
And my Ranger has never sounded so good. And he posted a picture of, it looks like 2 Antec power transformers. What is this? Look at that. And a Heising reactor? Oh, God, did I say that? What a jerk I am. And a a DC blocking cap. Very nice. Oh, look, and what is this? A series of resistors and some other bug-like creatures and stuff. Anyway, well, he's very happy with your whatever you said.
Y'all doubled with Blaine during the beginning of that. Where is this posted? Where is this shout out?
So this is exactly why I will never, ever, ever use an SDR for receiving, thanks to that goddamn latency. It's in the God, I want to scroll up here. Using toroidal power transformers as a modulation transformer. Form on QRZ.
Wait, the thread that I made like years ago?
Years, really?
Almost 2 years ago, I guess.
All right, time to call out Billy. Let's tap on post number 1 here and see when this was created. Oh, look, WBTK starts off with, well, hello, and then we scroll down to the end of that post, and it says, a long old buzzard. Oh, look, well, all right, you're almost right. Last edited January 11, 2019. Yep. All right, I'll give you, let's meet in the middle, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's almost 2 years ago. It's over like 1.5 years, so we round up. What do we do when we hit the 5? We round up.
And he ends his post with, happy hamming, your favorite millennial, Bill W2BTK. How's that for acceptance?
I am your favorite millennial.
You're his only millennial.
Oh, wow, look at that, AG5CK. That's Travis down in Texas. You know, I met him at the Peekaboo Ranch. He's a real smart guy. He's got double balance tuner, like all the cool stuff, you know. And I'm glad he finally did this. Wow, look at that. Oh, dang, he's got the same choke that I have, except I have, like, a bunch of those things. That's, like, the bare minimum.
The Peekaboo Ranch? Is that what they renamed the Neverland Ranch after the passing of Michael Jackson?
No, that's Steve Peekaboo. That's his CB handle. Real smart guy. Made the Joker amps. He did that. That's his handle, Peekaboo. Peakaboo. Like peak watts, Peekaboo. And I met him down there. We went wheeling. We would pour like these giant Jack and Cokes. Like I guess in Texas, like they have just really big cups, like these 40-ounce cups, and we'd make Jack and Cokes in there. You pour like an entire fifth of Jack in, and then the rest ice and Coke. And we'd strap into the 5-point harness and roll out with the rock crawlers. And the drinks would go sloshing around, and we'd be wheeling up and down the hills, getting pissed drunk till the sun came up. That was a good time.
You know, nothing screams child molestation more than some place called the Peekaboo Ranch where you're encouraged to drink hard alcohol. Who ran that? Father John McWhorter trying to catch a wee peek at the white bottom of a little boy.
Oh my God! Hold on, I'll send you a YouTube video of like a random text that I got from Steve. It's gonna make you laugh. It's on my YouTube page. You just gotta look it up.
Yeah, the Peekaboo Ranch. Oh my God.
No, it's he's got like a little ranch. He's got it at the house, but he's also got like this ranch out there, and that's where they do all their rock crawling and fun stuff like that. You're too caught up in all this, like your mind is totally in the gutter. Like there was no molestation, there was just drinking and camaraderie and driving around in badass rock crawlers.
Yep, classic denial.
Oh, I don't know, like your mind is there and it's stuck there, and I don't know, I feel bad about that, but I'm not going to try to change it. You can think whatever the hell you want. I had a great time getting pissed drunk at the Peekaboo Ranch.
Okay.
guys, I'll be back in a bit. Just got the dinner call, so I'm going to go see what's going on, and hopefully be back before 7. N1 GTU.
Let's get your Swanson TV dinner in that little aluminum tray and put that in front of you, and then you have to go anywhere.
Check that text message, Clark.
Wow, is that Peekaboo Ranch affiliated with the Boy Scouts of America?
Yeah, right?
I mean, Steve's a nice guy.
Just wanted to say hi.
See, I'm not the only one.
Did you get that text, Clark?
Hold on. Here we go. Peekaboo.
So that's just like a random text message that he sent me while he's driving around, probably going from job to job, like a week or so before he flew down to Jersey for the key down.
Why is he wearing a red and white striped clown suit and holding a candy cane?
Well, you can't see him in the video. I think you're watching the wrong thing.
I don't know. Peekaboo Ranch. I'm scared. I'm scared for you.
Just imagine, a guy with, a little bit heavy set, drinking Jack and Cokes, rolling a bunch of cigarettes, and yelling about stuff. That's Steve.
I could take a peek at your boo.
His cat? All it is some guy driving on a highway. I don't understand this video.
You're not listening to the audio.
Oh, that's right. The audio was turned down.
Well, that's the entire video. I mean, he's singing a song.
Now that the volume's all the way up, it's sitting here buffering.
Yeah, that's because you and technology don't get along. Like, you can't even load a web page, a simple web page that tons of people successfully look at. You can't do it. I don't understand. Maybe your internet sucks.
That Twitch TV amateur radio live thing you were talking about, is that going to be up tonight?
It's up right now, bud.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I got to eat dinner here in a minute, but I was planning on trying to check it out later tonight. I remember you mentioned it last night, so I'll give it a whirl on the computer. So I just go to the website and I shouldn't have any issues, right?
Yeah, you can just go directly there, or if you can't remember the link, which is pretty easy now, I just changed the name, twitch.tv/amateur radio live. Just go to my QRZ page, W2BTK, and the link's right there.
All right, no problem, Bill. All right, so maybe I'll catch you guys on there later. I'm going to run right now, but I just wanted to jump in there and say hello. You guys always make me laugh. I love the humor. All right.
All right, man, we'll catch you later. That's what ham radio is all about. It's all about having fun. Like, nobody cares about technical crap unless they're having fun first.
I got you. Strangely, I heard both you guys. All right, well,
Sorry, Clark.
No, that's okay. I'll repeat it because I'm not, again, I got the speaker was on mute. Now that I've heard the lyrics, now I'm convinced this guy is like a child rapist.
No, we just like to have, fun at the Peekaboo Ranch.
I think that this is a very private matter between you and this guy, and you're both adults, so I'm not going to give it any further thought.
There you go, dead in the tracks. That's how I like to stop them. W2BTK.
Oh, man, Clark's really got his mind in the gutter tonight. KD2 AFB.
Hey, Toby, send me a text message and I'll forward you this video, and then you too will be shocked.
Oh, Clark, I've seen that video. I know which one he's talking about. It's when Steve's rolling down the highway, singing a good old tune.
Sing about what he wants to do with Bill's chalk white butt. Yeah, that's great.
Wait, what? What video did you watch? Oh, crap, I sent the wrong one.
Yeah, I think you did. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes, he is definitely fascinated with your chalk white butt. Why would you send me something like this?
To prove that nothing bad happens at the Peekaboo Ranch.
Well, Mr. Peekaboo must be very disappointed then.
Well, not really. I mean, he's married. He's got a beautiful wife. And, I'm just eye candy.
I'm out. That's it. N1 PCG.
Look at that.
Yep, you're good, man.
All right, subject change. What? Oh, my God. Yeah, look at what I did. I wasn't even trying very hard. Can you believe that, Toby?
That's good stuff. Yeah, that was only the tip, and only for a minute, just to see how Clark would feel.
That's right. El Loco Fuego. I put the fire out.
Is it tip?
Clark, you got a question from the Twitch chat. When did you get your pilot's license? All right. Well, Clark doesn't care about answering questions anymore. Sorry, everybody. I can't believe Clark really left. He must be upset.
You scared him away, Billy.
I guess I did. It's a damn shame. We could have had fun on the air, but Toby, you know the deal. All that Channel 19 gay stuff. It's just to rile up the truckers, but it riles up Clark too.
Just got to make sure you don't swing by the Vince Lombardi truck stop.
Well, yeah, we've talked about that on the air, I think, the Vince Lombardi rest area. The smell that emanates from that particular truck stop, the one that people are afraid to pull into. Oh, wow, look. Somebody in the chat says, I used to fly with Clark years ago. Too bad Clark's not here. They were trying to talk about airplanes.
Well, he would like it down by me then. There's like 3 airports within, probably 5 minutes of my house. Little airports.
The model airplane club, some kind of club, they fly their model airplanes out in the field behind my house all the time. They've been out there like every weekend doing that stuff. It's pretty cool. I haven't wandered over there yet. I'm just glad that I don't interfere with them or anything. I guess they're on a much different frequency with their radio control.
I think a lot of that stuff runs at like 2.4 gigahertz now. My brother bought a drone, and that's what his controller runs at. It's 2.4 gigahertz. So I think that's pretty far off from where we are right here.
Yeah, if you're messing with stuff up there, you got a problem. Wow, look at that. Joel says he didn't fly with Clark in his airplane. He would fly to destinations together with a group he ran, the Northeast Pilots Group. Wow. That's pretty cool. I wish Clark was around to tell me a little bit about that, but oh well.
I've been trying to convince my brother to get his technician ticket so he can do some FPV stuff with his drone. Can run a little bit more power. Actually get some good streaming video off of the thing, because he's got a little transmitter right now so he can see where he's flying, but it's like junk. I forget what it is. It's really, really down on power. So he gets like, 150 feet away, you can't see nothing.
Man, you see that? I don't know. That would make me nervous, spending all that money on a little airplane and just watching it become a dot in the sky. I don't think that would make me pretty tense.
It's pretty cool stuff. Well, I mean, we got the big farm here, so he flies it over top of the farm. So even if the thing did go down, it's light enough and built like fairly tough enough that it can handle, a pretty full drop. You're going to have to replace, props and stuff like that. But other than that, the thing will still fly, and at least it's not landed on somebody else's house, We got 360 acres worth to fly it around here. So it's really, really cool. He the last time he did it, he climbed up on top of one of our grain bin silos just to get some height. And he could basically fly the thing out and go along the entire border of the entire farm, the whole property line all the way around. You could barely even see the thing in the sky. It was just like a little dot, like you said. But with the camera system, just because it had line of sight when he was high up, he was still able to get a decent video feed. So it's really neat stuff. And when he brings it, when he lands it back, he's got a GoPro on it, so he can actually, download the footage off the SD card, and the thing shoots in 4K. It's amazing the footage this thing can get. It's gyro stabilized and all that stuff. It's the whole RC controlled drone, airplane, all that stuff. That's a whole world that I try to keep myself out of, because I could see myself getting a little too into it too easily. KD2 AFV.
Yeah, there's that, and then like the model helicopters, man. I hear that takes some real serious skill. Like you have to practice on flight simulators and stuff before you even buy one. Like my buddy was trying to get into that. Like before drones were like really mainstream, they had like model helicopters that were just insanely hard to fly.
Yeah, that can't be easy. Especially years ago. I mean, it's all well and good now with these drones. They got the GPS on them. If it loses contact, it just brings itself back to you. But a helicopter, whew. Yeah, that's got to be some fun stuff once you get good at it. But up until then, the amount of money you spend on those things, I wouldn't want to crash it.
Yeah, dude, that's what makes me so nervous. I'm calling Clark on the phone right now, man. I'm going to find out why he dipped.
This is signing up for Twitch right now so he can get in the chat and answer the Clark calls.
Yeah, Clark's not doing ham radio tonight. He said he's watching Urbex videos.
Wait, what's he doing? I missed that. I had it on mute for a second.
He's watching YouTube videos.
Is he trying to find all the peekaboo videos on YouTube?
I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Like gladiator movies?
He watches like urban exploration videos.
Have you ever been to a Turkish bath?
What? Maybe Dave will get on. That would be some good entertainment.
Billy, have you ever watched any of those Urban Explorer videos? Some of those are pretty cool, the places they find.
Yeah, I've watched one or two, but for the most part, I'm not that into it.
There's some cool ones in New York City. Like guys getting into like old abandoned subway tunnels that have like homeless cities inside of them.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them, but it's just not that interesting to me. I'd rather use my radio. Well, this is a drag. What the hell's that?
What in the heck was that?
I don't know. It sounds like feedback. Probably best done into a dummy load. Here I am telling people ham radio is fun like an idiot. You know, nobody's gonna believe me anymore.
I tried to call my wife back, but she won't believe me.
Well, I don't know what the hell happened. Nobody's on the air. Oh, nice. Yeah, Dave's probably got a bunch of 3885 crapstles. Wait, what? You gotta turn RTX on.
WX2H.
Oh, hey, Rich, what's going on out there?
Hi, just tuned up, just listening. I'm sure you can just about hear me with my 20 watts. Just want to say hello.
You're not doing that bad. It's like super, super quiet today. So, you're doing just fine here.
You're not your usual strength here, Billy. You're only 10 over S9 at this location right now. It's kind of weird.
I'm not running much more power than you there, Rich. I think I got about 40 watts here.
Okay, roger, roger. It's kind of weird because I'm watching it on the screen. There's like a 15-second delay, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That delay has been getting worse and worse. It has to do with the network connection from one computer to the other. It's really been like lagging lately. I think the sequence that I open the programs in has something to do with it. Hold on, I'm gonna actually screw with that real quick. My receiver's gonna go down for a minute, but it might improve things. So I'll be right back. W2BTK.
WX2H.
Nah, there's still a real crappy delay there. Yeah, I don't know how I fixed that. I think I need a better computer.
You know, could it not be the delay in the Twitch servers?
No, well, see, I'm running two different PCs to do this. One of the PCs has all the OBS crap on it and does like the streaming, and then there's a separate PC that runs my SDR receiver, and that is connected over my network to the streaming PC, and that's how I deliver the video and the audio from the SDR receiver, and that has like a pretty bad lag to it right now.
I'm surprised you don't just run it all on your main rig there. That thing's got enough CPU horsepower to do it.
Yeah, it sure does, but it's kind of convenient to do it this way for one reason or another. I just like having a separate machine for my receiver because you know, I don't really want to have to be doing that off the PC, you know, let it run everything else off.
Yeah. I mean, I can see an advantage with how you have everything set up there at your place, keeping your receive PC completely separate in the event of stray RF.
Yeah, well, let me mess around with some settings here. Latency mode, low latency, experimental mode. Uh-oh, that might have broke it. I'm not sure. Nah, it didn't make it any better, that's for sure.
When you try to watch the Twitch feed at the same time, one could be a little confused, but I know what's going on. Looks good to me.
Well, I just screwed it all up, but it looks like the latency is way better. How do I get this back to normal?
Yay.
Well, it looks really crappy now, but I think the sync is probably a lot better.
That wouldn't happen to be a resolution scaling thing like OBS is trying to rescale it, you know, on the input or something that's causing the latency coming in from the receive PC.
Yay.
I'm not really too sure, but let's see. I just changed the bandwidth back to normal. Let's see if the no, there's a lot of latency there. I think it's just trying to send too much over the network. Yeah, that's pretty annoying, isn't it? Well, I can have it, like, not have delay, but then there's just really crappy video quality. Dang.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. K1 VPX. They're tuned live on the antenna. I tried demo mode, it doesn't come out the same. One more tune. Yay. Yay. That looks good enough. Alright.
Well, I got rid of the latency, but now we got crap for video quality. What are you going to do?
It's just nostalgia. Brings you back to the good old days of 2006 YouTube potato quality video.
Well, this actually kind of sucks, you know, because I don't want to have it look like crap. I don't want latency. What do I do? What am I supposed to do? Oh well, yeah, technology sucks. Or I just suck at it. Yo, Steve, thanks, man. Throwing those subscriptions around.
15 to 16 seconds later, Billy.
Oh yeah, what? Hey, Steve just gifted you a sub to my channel there, Rich. But yeah, I'm not talking about the Twitch delay. I'm talking about the audio delay, like from my SDR.
Oh, Roger that. Clark, what's the matter with you? He's buying these subscriptions. Oh my God, the man must be a zillionaire.
I'm telling you, he passes those things out like candy. Steve is the man.
Oh, it's Steve. Oh my God. I am so impressed.
Steve is like my #1 supporter and the moderator of my channel.
Goats. That was interesting.
Man, I wish I could get this latency crap figured out.
Yeah, the Twitch latency is like 15 seconds, but you're talking about something different.
Yeah, there's like a latency over my network here, over my LAN, that it's like the video and audio coming from the computer that has my SDR receiver. It has latency into the streaming computer. There it goes. We're back. I made some changes here. Nope, it's still all crappy and delay-ish. Oh, what are you gonna do? Oh, there we go. Oh boy. I'll get this crap figured out at some point. What happened to you, Toby?
Oh, just watching the entertainment of you trying to get the latency figured out. Other than that, my brother stopped in for a second. We're talking about getting some vehicles ready for the next time they hold the Gambler 500 in upstate New York. Me and him are thinking of doing it. He's got a 91 Bronco, and I got an 88 Cherokee that we're going to enter in it. Should be a good time.
Oh, dang. Wait, what's your brother's name again? Is it Chris, or is that wrong?
No, his name is Brock.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen him pop up on Facebook. Oh, that's cool. The Gambler 500. What is that? Some kind of like circle track race, or like, what the hell is it?
Oh, it's awesome. What it is you get it's either a $500 vehicle, which is not strictly enforced. You could show up to this thing with a trophy truck, like a Baja truck. But it's a woods race, like a trail race. You just run through like all these like trails through the woods. They I think it started out in Oregon, whatever, however the hell they say it. But they used to run through like all the logging roads out there, and it's a 1 or a 2 day event. I don't think you get any money for winning. It's just it's all just for fun. It's just the spirit of going out there with a group of people and just, basically bashing cars around in the woods. And like the whole idea is you go out there, you just have a good time. You don't leave any trash behind. You'll bring a garbage bag with you to pick stuff up. And it's kind of to show a whole group of people can go out in the woods and have a hell of a good time with what's essentially junk cars, either a $500 car or an impractical vehicle. Like, there's tons of people who put lift kits on Crown Vics and put mud tires on the back and weld up the rear end. There's a guy out in Oregon who he jacked up a limo, it's still two-wheel drive, but a jacked up limo, and he takes it out there, and you'll see Honda Civics and all kinds of stuff. It's just basically go get a junker car, throw some mud tires on it, and go have a hell of a good time in the woods.
Is drinking encouraged?
Well, I mean, these things happen.
Oh my God, that sounds like a really good time. Kind of like the 24 Hours of Lemons. Have you ever seen that? Only the off-road version.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the guys who started it, that was their inspiration, the 24 Hours of Lemons. Just take a junk car that you don't care about and just go out and have a good time. I don't think they have much for rules. I'm pretty sure the vehicles don't even have to be street legal. It's just, does it have wheels? Does it move? Do you want to drive it? Then come on out.
Nice, man. Dude, I don't think I would get a car and go through all that trouble and stuff, but whenever the hell you do that, maybe I could go with you.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I know it. They have it in upstate New York. They do it, I think just recently they started it, but obviously with all the crap going on this year, and it's not officially canceled yet, but it's postponed. But, with the way everything's going, it's probably going to be canceled for this year. But they usually do it springtime. So, anyway, if I get the word that it's going on this year, I'll be getting the Jeep together pretty quick. It doesn't need a lot. It just needs tires and brake lines. And my brother's Bronco, that thing's all ready to go. That thing's street legal. He was planning on driving it there. I was just going to tow my Jeep. But, yeah, man. If I find out they're doing it, I'm going to let you know, because it's going to be a good time. And I think a lot of the people up there, it's an off-road race. A lot of people run CBs, so I might have to go digging in my bag of goodies I have laying around here and see if I can get a good CB in my brother's Bronco. We'll have a hell of a good time.
Yeah, that's like the best part about it is all the banter on the radio. You could probably like freak everyone out and bring a 2-meter rig, you know, be all covert about it. There's a lot of QRM going on. That's pretty cool. Hey, Toby, you get a strong signal here tonight, by the way.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm not doing anything that I don't normally do on the air. Just what I'm normally running. So that's all I got going on here. And now that you got me talking more about the Gambler, now I'm just getting all kinds of crazy ideas in my head. I'm wondering if I could rig up a mini fridge in there and bring some of my home brew and run a tap line inside that thing. I think that would be cool. PD2, ain't it?
Yeah, hell yeah. You need to put it in the back seat is what you need to do while you're running.
I'll tell them it's a fuel tank. It's driver fuel.
Pure fuel. Oh wow, I think this dude's like on the Twitch stream. That's awesome. Thanks for the view, bud. You gotta love SDR receivers, man. You just make anything you want go away.
It's so easy to do. We just, every time I see a little bit, just click, oh look, it's gone. It's gone. As Billy said, it's free.
Look at that. I took away all the pass band. That's pretty funny. Like I sound kind of Hillary right now, but because I have like notches on either side of the carrier. But look at that. Hey Jim, man, thanks for the host, bud. I think the 3885 net is gonna start soon or whatever. I mean, usually it's started by now, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I guess we can keep hanging out until we get kicked off the frequency. I wasn't going to be in here much longer. The old lady's going to be home anytime now. She went out ran dogs in the jungle this weekend. So I'm going to be hopping off in just a second anyhow, Billy.
But it was a little bit of fun out here. A little bit of QRM. Yeah, I don't know. I heard you guys talking earlier that the what was it, ladies' night is going on or something, but I don't know when that starts. I don't follow any of it. I asked my wife if she wanted to get on the radio, and she just said, nope, not for me.
Yeah. No, it would be cool, like, if they all got on more, you know? Like, the only time you ever hear them is on every other Saturday. But I think that would definitely help promote it, you know? But I don't know. I usually go do something else, too. I mean, you can't talk during it, so I'll either go to another frequency or, like, I don't know. I usually just go to another frequency.
It's all yours tonight because it's canceled.
Oh, why is it canceled?
Hank couldn't make it, so keep carrying on, mate. K1 GTX, thought I'd just let you know.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's a shame. They had to cancel it the other week too, I think, for whatever reason. Well, yeah, it's like super, super quiet tonight, man. Super quiet.
Yeah, I know. Too bad. Not a lot of static tracks and crap like that, but anyway. So, try to let you guys know. Have a good one, Philly. Sorry, I just tuned it in and not tonight, next Saturday. So 732 all for K1 GTX Cape Cod.
All right, K1 GTX W2BTK. I'll catch you later.
All right, man.
This is M1YTN.
N1YTN in Maine. I hear you here in Jersey. W2BTK.
W2BTK. M1YTN. Welcome back home, November. I've heard you many times in the past. You're still a kid. Indeed. And again.
Guess what, this? Come on,
Old Girl Scout. Girl Scout 680. Oops. Yeah, I'm tired. 3.6 minutes for the final. You're tired of the Mooney amplifier.
Guess what, this?
There's that purple glow coming thing. Anyway, out there in 25 miles north of Portland, Maine, but you've got a nice signal in here. Billy, and sounds good. Over.
Yeah, you sound good here in Jersey on the Globe Scout. I like that. Pretty cool little rig. So yeah, the band's pretty dead. I don't hear much activity, but the noise level is super, super, super low tonight. So I'm kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, well, I got a bunch of some joker in there sitting jumping around. Nothing really on top of you. But you're getting rid over the top of him anyway. But, the band was absolutely broken today. You jeepers. I'm calling 60 miles away from it. 130 watts? Couldn't hear it. Could not hear it. Man out of the mud. One Globe Scout barefoot without the sun. It was only about 12 miles.
Yeah, well, the low power's working for you, man. I guess there's some people out there with nothing better to do, saying we're coming for you and this and that. It's pretty funny, honestly. I think they just, well, they must love me.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of bored jokers, you know. They're just bored. They got nothing better to do than to QRM somebody. Yeah, Christ, they ought to take their radios away from me. Well, put them in jail, you know. Put them in jail if it's where they belong. If they want to be that nasty about it. Yeah, whatever. And pussy day tonight.
I don't think it'd be good to throw them in jail because they might like that. You know, the things that happen in there. I think you know what I'm talking about. Probably give them a lot of pleasure. But yeah, nothing better to do or this or that. But I don't think they're not good at it is the problem. You know, it's you need to get a signal before they do that stuff. So if I were to grade the QRM, I would probably give that like just barely a D-. You know, probably more like an F, but I'm being very charitable tonight. So their QRM skills are very, very weak. And I think that they can improve quite a bit on what they're doing, especially, you know, lacking in the signal department. It's you need to have a bigger signal than the person that you're trying to QRM in order to do it successfully. So that's one area where they're lacking very much. The originality aspect, not very good. You know, these are all contributing factors to why I give them basically a failing grade in the QRM. I think that they need to get better at it.
Failing grade. Yeah. Working on so far, I've never done that before. Why? Why would I? Why would I do that myself? I mean, we're all this together, man. You know? I'm just an amateur. I'm an operator, you know me. Just out of me. You know, these guys are two steps below amateurs. Honestly, amateurs because they don't know how to run a radio. They don't know how to pull a signal into it. They keep this old D104 here. Letting go of the darn thing. Anyway, I heard you like that. So I give you a shout. Yeah, hello. Anyway, I don't know exactly what you mean there. No matter me anyway, but I'll continue on. I just thought I'd jump in here and say hello. This is NYYTN. Over.
Yeah, well, good stuff. Thanks for jumping in there. And yeah, the Globe Scout's doing real well down here. Good signal, nice audio. You're doing a fine job. So, Mr. YTN, this is W2BTK on a more or less dead 80-meter band, well, at least the portion between 3870 and 3890. Not a whole lot going on tonight. I guess everybody's grilling burgers or something.
Oh, just working.
N1YTN W2BTK. I'll see you later. Hey, WNY, what's going on?
Not much. You have a good signal tonight into Iceland, Long Island.
Yeah, man. You're bombing in over here as well.
Tonight we're running, I don't know, about 25 watts. This rig fluctuates up and down. Interesting thing was, I've been cleaning down the basement. I found a box of final modules. The place I used to work 20 years ago. Let me try putting one of those on the output of this. I got to make the heat sink up for it. That's no big deal. But that'll take it up to 250 watts.
No, not bad, man. Well, 25 watts. You're blowing my doors off here. You use 250 watts. I think you know your carrier might go off the scale here on my pan adapter.
Well, you know, there's one of the things which I learned a long time ago. Not how much equipment you have or how fancy it is. It all just has to work right.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I definitely follow that motto. Everything here is basically made out of junk, and it's not pretty, but it works okay.
Well, this is an old TS-430. Bought it from a friend in California. Everything else I have doesn't have AM in it. And stuff on this rig to do AM. The big amplifier that I'm hoping to get on in the next couple of weeks. Everything's up there. No problem left in the switcher. Nothing will do 500. The other module takes you to 1,000.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's industrial strength power. TS-430. I have a TS-440 here that I'm babysitting for a friend. I haven't got on the air with it for quite a while.
What was the younger brother or the other one?
Excuse me. Yeah, no, it's a nice little rig, except if I leave it off for more than a couple minutes, VCO5 loses lock, and I get the dots across the screen until I let it warm up for maybe an hour. That's the only annoying thing about it, but it sounds nice. It's got Collins mechanical filters in it. I think a 10kc for AM and 3.5 or something like that for single sideband. So it's a fun radio to get on the air with. I just don't really have an interstage amplifier yet, so it just kind of low balls around, not quite enough to drive the amplifier that I'm using.
Well, yeah, I've been trying to clean up down shack here for the last month and move some little things out. And I enjoy building things. That's my big thing. So, I used to do tubes a lot. Sort of got out of that, especially after I started working 6 years ago.
Man, speaking of, I just went back to work, so I've had very little time for ham radio, at least during the week, so I just try to get it all in on the weekends.
Well, we all can do. The problem is I work in power plants. The problem is I've become so accustomed to sticking my hands in things. We're taking screws in and out on live stuff and 130 volt stuff all the time. And I'll put the shoots to work, so no reaching in.
Yeah, that's it. You can only do what you can do, but still manage to have fun, Sounds like there's some people having fun out there.
Well, the one which I designed it and built it, the amplifier one, the Class D. I used to work in an office. So mine, the other thing with that face, I have a milling machine and a lathe. So metal work is not the issue in ham radio. So mine is a little one. I started with a big one. I started with a little one. And never got the big one. IRS 510 20 per pallet. And there's 2 pallets worth of those in there. I don't want to keep going on that day, you know that? Yeah, the CW is flying up and down as frequency.
Yeah, I hear CW and RIDI and all kinds of stuff going on. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
It's fun. I got pretty out of power. The problem is my sequencer. One crazy thing is I have 21 have fun. I don't know if you're into building at all. But like antenna switches and stuff like that. There's a metal box that they sell. I want to say Lowe's also. For PX relays and stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually built an entire relay control out of like junk box parts over here. I've got 5 different relays, a bunch of contacts and stuff. You know, one does the receive audio muting during transmit, one controls the Viking, one controls the amp, one can, you know, I've got like other ones. And then, yeah, there's a sequence, so my TR relay hangs for just a second, all the other relays close, and then that'll hang for about half a second before that switches back over to the receive, just in case, you know, I slip off the foot pedal or something. It'll just stay connected to the to the transmitter, so there's no hot switching at all. I don't have like any antenna switching because I only have one antenna, but I homebrewed my own double balanced tuner here. The modulator that you're hearing me on right now is homebrew using a solid state Crown Audio amplifier. And believe it or not, some Toyota power transformers as mod transformers, and a 3-diode negative peak limiter that is based off a 1956 QST article. Like, there's a bunch of stuff going on like that over here, but it's still commercially made 1950s Johnson Viking 2 exciter. And then the amplifier that I'm using is homebrew as well. However, I didn't build it. It was my friend W2VW put it together way back in the 90s. It was a 20-meter mono band amp for a long time. And the fellow that was using it, we call him Big Al. I forget his call sign. I gotta look that up. But he actually passed away. So Dave got the amp back, and he put a band switch in it. So it works on all HF bands now, and it wound up here. So good amount of cool stuff going on, you know, but I do like the sequencers, and I had to basically build one out of necessity with junk parts that actually came from Dave. It was made out of old like TV broadcast exciters, a couple Comark units and a couple Larkan units, and between those, you know, I was able to snatch a bunch of relays and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Oh, and the satellite dish controllers, those have tons of good parts, man. Lots of P&B relays and all kinds of good stuff. So it's all parts from there, old NBC crap that got dug out of dumpsters, basically. W2BTK.
I used to do a lot of that. I mean, there was a little stuff floating around at work too. Go back to like 2000 and used to work on that stuff. My sequence is a little different. My sequence runs a little back. Omega 128 or Omega 54. And mine has a couple of interesting twists to it. All the switches throughout the earlier section, switches, all have resets. Then they all follow to the next step. Some of the commercial buzzers can hit the transmit button. All switches have to show normal position. If any one of them show wrong, we abort the sequence before we start.
Hey, mate. Thanks.
Oop, I almost doubled. Is somebody jumping in there?
I just wondering if I'm making RF conditions.
Oh, I didn't exactly. I'm playing around with my RF gain and IF gain settings here. The signals seem like they're a little low tonight, even though it's very, very low noise.
There's another station in there. It's not just in the noise.
I guess I'm not being heard. Okay. That's disturbing.
Oh, I heard you just fine that time. I had my RF gain all the way down, so I brought that back up to a normal level, and both of you guys are like doing just fine here. Who is that out there? This is W2BTK.
Yeah, hi, Bill.
I'm going to have to run, but I want to say goodnight and thanks for doing a little low power here. Kind of fun.
Well, you guys doubled, and hello, and YTN, I heard you. You're going to run. That's fine. Seems like everyone's doing something else tonight other than ham radio, so understandable. But you guys did double, so the other station, come on back.
Just on the other station. KG1A. Copy, Bill?
KG1AG, did you say?
Kilo Echo 1 Alpha
KE1A, and then you faded on the last word.
Something must not be set right. It's Kilo Echo 1 Alpha Victor. Last letter Victor.
Oh, KE1AV. Oh, yeah, got you perfectly that time. And I don't know what's up with the band tonight. It's a little up and down. At times, you guys are super strong, and then it dips down into the noise, and then you come back super strong. So there's definitely weird band conditions going on.
Okay, I guess, it's not be the right night. I'm not sure that I'm getting the proper audio. Maybe tonight's not
Oh, well, in that time, somebody was QRMing and VIFOing back and forth across your carrier with some kind of crud. So I missed it. I missed what you said there. Wow, look at that. No, that's a damn shame.
KD1SH, good evening.
KD1SH, good evening, W2BTK.
Just too quiet out there. Somebody else had to make an appearance.
Yup. Pretty soon it'll just be me and the QRMers.
The QRMer looks really cute on my display.
Yeah, they're trying awful hard. I gotta give them credit for that. The keyword being trying.
Have to admit, I can't really wrap my brain around that concept. Deliberately interfering. But, oh well. Your mileage may vary, as they say.
Yeah, I'm just sticking notch filters in. They go away. I think they figured out. I think they're probably watching my live feed right now, seeing where I have the notches put in. So that's cool. Get a couple more views in there.
Have to admit, I never thought that I would really enjoy running SDR. I'm not running an SDR transceiver, just an SDR receiver. But I love my boy, this little SDR play is a cool thing. I can just plunk a notch down anywhere I want and drag the edges of the bandpass around the screen, and it is just the coolest darn thing.
K1ATP, W2BTK. Yeah, the SDR, I'm doing the same thing over here. I've got tube transmit SDR receiver, and it's great for that. Just stick a notch in, pull one of the sidebands in, everything just goes away. Kind of like magic. And I heard ETP in there. Good evening.
Yeah, Bill, can you copy CWM?
Yeah, it's saying I'm coming for you, W2BTK is my bitch, this and that. Yep.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying W2BTK is my bitch.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, you know, it's nice to know that I've infiltrated somebody's mind to the point where they get on the air and do that. They're thinking about me. It's actually kind of endearing.
Well, yeah, nobody ever wanted me for their bitch, so, you're one up on me.
It's nice, right? I've got like a fan club. People think about me, you know, and they want to come out and say things to me. It'd be cool if they identified, because then we could just kind of like, you know, talk directly. I could, you know, just we could do that. I could find out what the problem is, but I don't know what the deal is. It's just nice to know that people are out there thinking of me.
WCWM with a question for you.
Question for me?
You said you were running an SDR receiver. Is that like in a dongle form?
No, it's actually the company that makes it is called RF Space, and the model is an SDR-IQ, so it's a little black box about the size, like if you took 2 packs of cigarettes and put them side by side, it'd be about the same size as this SDR receiver. Although I do have a dongle, I don't use it much, only for when I need to you know, take the IF output of like a rice box that's on like 40 point something megahertz or whatever, and pipe that into this SDR.
Is that a broadband unit?
Is that a what?
Broadband meaning it does like 100 kilohertz to a gig.
It does. It samples a huge chunk of spectrum, but like the passband that I can listen to goes up to about 30 kilohertz, so I can hear about 15K on either side.
But it doesn't have a tuned front end is what I'm asking.
You got an amplifier? Because QRM's getting you.
The discussion up another evening. WQWNY will be clear. Now, there's a way you can really, I was playing with one. I have one about the same size as the SD Play. Can you copy?
Yeah, I heard you that time. I haven't messed with an SDR Play before. I do run the AirSpy software, though.
Pick it up.
Kind of enough to really become really fluent with the software, so I don't know all the tricks yet.
You got Kilowatt 2, Tango Japan Victor, New York.
Hey, Paul, what's going on?
Hey, Rick, what's going on? Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Better than I deserve, buddy.
Yeah, Paul's, I guess the other guys on frequency can't hear you, but you're doing okay here. It's a little bit noisy tonight, and we've got QRM going on, so anybody hopping on the frequency, pump up the volume, and doing just fine. Rich is doing just fine. He's flattening the crap out of the QRM, but some of the lower stations I'm having a little trouble with.
Just put the mic gain up now. I don't know if that helps, but let me know if you hear me a little louder.
Yeah, I'm not copying another station if he's talking. Seems there's a preponderance of stations with very, very low audio on tonight. I'm having just, they got decent carriers, but, they're modulating like 15 or 20%.
Yeah, well, So that's Paul out there on Long Island, and it's got a little bit of a lower signal, but plenty of audio. I guess you're not hearing him at all, but yeah, you've got a commanding signal over here, so that's nice.
Yeah, I'm only running about 200 watts here. Running my SDR tonight. And Glenn, you're doing quite well here this evening.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go this bar here. Whoa, that may work. Yeah, the Globe Scout and the 813 linear. Pair of 813s. So, what am I running for power output? I gotta stand up and look at that. About 125 watts. Over.
Now I just realized my solid state amp was in the 20 meter position. So I don't know how that's working with the filters, but I guess it does. High pass filters, so. Anyway, I thought they were low pass filters. Am I wrong? I don't know. Figure it out later. Yeah, geez, I haven't been on the air in a while. I haven't even been down here. It's just been so miserable and warm. I've just been staying upstairs in my recliner in front of the TV with the air conditioner blowing on me there. No AC down here, but this is the basement. It's a pretty balmy 80 degrees down here, and a little on the humid side.
Hola, Richard Rody.
Did you get my email?
I got your email. I responded to it. You didn't get my response?
Nope. When did you respond?
A couple hours after I got it, and I said to you basically the same thing. It's disgusting. They did this, all the Yankees and the Nats took a knee before the national anthem, and I think they still have Black Lives Matter on the back of the pitching mound, so I have not watched or tuned into other way followed any game so far, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I saw they put up a huge banner, I guess, on the street behind Fenway.
Yeah, the wall that faces the Mass Pike runs the whole length of the park. I tell you, I couldn't be any more disappointed. I was really looking forward to baseball, but screw it. You know, I'm going to go invest in a set of golf clubs. The only time you kneel in golf is when you're lining up your ball.
That stuff is out of control.
For our Lord and Savior. At least that's my opinion. Yeah. Mookie Betts, man. The $250 million man who says I'll never take a knee because my father was a Vietnam veteran. Yeah, he was on his knees during the national anthem yesterday, or the other day.
It's disgusting. It really is. And all I know is God help us if Trump loses.
You know the worst part about it? It was, like, I don't think there was a single person anywhere who disagreed that what happened to that guy was not good, you know, with the knee on his neck or whatever, right? Like, we all agree, like, that was bad. But look what the hell they did. I mean, like, with this whole movement and all that crap, they ruined it, and it's just turning people off. And they had the chance to maybe, like, do something constructive, but it's all about destruction, and like clearly all about destruction. It's sickening. I don't know what the hell is going on here. It's been taken over, and it should, the people that actually care about it should be the most pissed off, but I think they're all still behind it.
They're overplaying their hand, and there's a silent majority, and there's going to be a huge backlash, and I hope I'm right.
China is taking over.
I think there's a very large silent majority.
It's an excellent lesson in how to throw away what otherwise would have been a good position on the moral high ground. They threw it away.
Yeah, George, I don't see your email here. Let me, I've been sort of watching for it, so, I don't know why I didn't receive it.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know I have. You sent it to the email on that's on QRZ.
Yeah.
I have trouble sometimes. I've been meaning to call the cable company. I have trouble sometimes with the outgoing mail from that email address. So it's quite possible. I'm not sure. I use my work email a lot for personal stuff, so I'll resend it from there. One of these days I have to figure out what's going on with my personal, or just move it over to. I hate to use freaking Gmail. I hate Google, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. I use Gmail, and God, I hate to set up another mail account.
Exactly. I've had the same one for a long time. By the way, this is to remain legal. This is N2LJO. And good evening to the other stations. I think I heard Glenn. I'm not sure who the other fellow on frequency is, but good evening.
And good evening, W2BTK.
And good evening to you.
Yeah, this is K1ETP.
Evening, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, Paul, I'll catch you later, man. I don't think the other stations can really hear you. I'm sorry about that, but you're doing pretty well here. So have a great night. From W2BTK.
Why can't I hear Paul from Long Island? What's he running?
7-3.
Hey, Paul, what are you running real quick before you go?
An Icon 7300 with a Icon SM30 desk mic, just 100 watts, and I got a 9-to-1. It's a 9-to-1, 4-to-1 balance. On the 9-to-1 side, I'm running an inverted L. On the 4-to-1, I'm running a sloper.
Okay, yeah, good on the Icom 7300 and the inverted L. And the sloper antenna. So, all right, yeah. Rich was curious about what you were running, and why he doesn't hear you very well. But well, I just don't know. So there you go. W2BTK.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Actually,
I heard him that time. I heard him say Icon in inverted L, but that's all I got. That. Any antenna isn't working, whatever it is, unfortunately.
Let him know I can hear him now. I hear him clear.
Well, Paul says he hears you guys very well.
Yeah, I usually hear people from the island pretty well, but not hearing him. Is he still talking?
No, he signed. He said 7-3.
Oh, okay. Oh, are you signing too, or are you staying?
No, I hang out. I bothered to turn all this crap on. I might as well use it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think that we've ever spoken much before. I've heard you. You probably heard my big mouth here before, but name is George. I'm up in northern Westchester County.
Well, hello, George.
And I think you're Bill?
Yep, Billy, the kid, BTK, W2 BTK. I think I've ID'd like 20 times in the past 2 minutes.
Gotcha. All right, Billy, very good. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Yep. And man, it's nice to have some big booming signals out here. Had some QRM before, and they were taking advantage of the fact that I was talking to some weaker stations, but they have completely given up. I guess I gave them an F, well, a D-, but it was really an F for their QRM efforts. Because it wasn't really much, but I guess they've totally realized that there's no point in trying to QRM with the three of us, because, well, they can't until they improve their QRMing skills. That's got to really hurt to just be that bad at something as stupid as QRM.
Man, sorry, George, I mistook you for somebody else. Let's send one like Ken.
No problem, Glenn. It's not the first time that's happened. Good to hear you. How's it going?
Whoops. Shut the two-handed operation here. Haven't got the muting circuit hooked up in this receiver. It's going fine. Going fine, buddy.
Yes, it has been. It has been. There have been times when I was listening and I heard you, but didn't have time or the inclination to get on and say hello. And I think we all listen a little bit more than we operate. And I don't know. I like to play with stuff on the workbench, so I have heard you out there. Just haven't said hello in a while. Hope all is well with you and yours.
Everything's hunky-doo-doo. Everything's hunky-doo-doo around here. I reckon I got stuff on the bench here that, God. I was going to get into that today, and I'm going to take a break from that, you know? Take a break from that. And I got a door that's always on the wrong side of the door, so you know how that goes.
Yeah, I had a wonderful day out in the garage today. I went out there early, turned the air conditioner on. My wife went out early, so her car was out of the garage. I opened up the side door and the gate so I wouldn't have to open the garage door. Got it nice and cool out there. Went out and played with a few things, did some cleanup and tidying up, and rewired, reprogrammed, and reinstalled the Yaesu dual bander that I keep out in the boat anchor shack that had a problem. 20-year-old radio had a problem, a couple months ago, and a good friend of mine fixed it for me. I don't know if you know Mark, KC2JGW. He got into it and he found the problem and fixed it. So I was very happy to get it back going. And the next project is going to be the FT101 that I keep by the workbench outside. I ordered a VFO stabilizer. And I'm so anxious to see what that does. Because if that makes that VFO and that rig rock steady, I would be very happy. I might even bring the rig in the house and add it to the collection in here in the house.
Air-conditioned garage? Wow, talk about white privilege.
Yeah, I guess I gotta flagellate myself or something, but I have actually two air conditioners out there. I have the one over the workbench, and then I have one, I just bought it actually about a month ago. I bought a portable air conditioner, 5,000 BTU for the boat anchor shack, and that works really nice too. And I've got the pellet stove out there for the winter. But Rich, when it's not quite this hot, I've got doors in both ends, the front and the back of the garage. And when I have both of those doors open, if it's 85, 88 or whatever, it's very comfortable out there and there's a nice breeze, but it's been oppressively hot. So it's just been, too hot, even with the doors open, to be comfortable out there. So I fired up the AC today and had a wonderful day in the garage. N2LJO.
Yeah, well, if you think it's hot now, starting tomorrow, it's supposed to get very oppressive. And don't self-flagellate yourself too much there, George. You'll go blind.
That's right. Yes. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll go blind. No. Can I just do it till I need glasses?
Yeah, I guess that's okay. Or contacts.
How's this Ranger sound up here in Massachusetts?
Sounds excellent. Are you just running it barefoot?
No, I've got a rheostat in series with the modulator B+. If I turn the amp off, I'll tell you what's coming out of the radio. Stand by. About 15 watts out of the radio. It's making about 200, a little bit more than 200 with the TL922.
Yeah, it sounds nice. Plenty of audio, nice spectrum. You know, very good sounding Ranger. Congratulations on that.
That's a cool tube.
Yeah. Thank you. I did that mod, Rich. I guess it's mostly Timmy's mods. W3AM. That's a schematic. You know, when you get rid of the interstage transformer, because the interstage transformer in this thing was fried anyway. Actually, I don't know if I saw you the last time I was up at Nearfest. I think I did. I got this from Jerry, K1GUP, for $80, $85. And it was, I don't know, 1 or 2 steps removed from being a basket case. The long list, I can't tell you what I fixed that was wrong with this thing. And the interstage audio transformer was fried, literally. It was like someone held a torch under it. It was burnt. So I said, well, you know, $40 for the transformer, but I know it won't sound that good. And I like the idea of the phase inverter because that's how ICO does it on the 730 modulator. So I said, let me give it a shot. And over the course of 2 or 3 months, you know, one at a time, a couple hours here and there, I got it done. And I had it on the air, I guess, for about a year. And then just about a month ago, the old Chernobyl resistor went because that bleeder with the slide on it, that R35, went bad. So there was no bleeder resistor, and the high voltage was like really high. So I changed that, and I changed the Chernobyl resistor and put it outside the VFO. And I just got it back on the air this past week.
Yeah, I did the same thing with my Ranger. I went all through it years ago. Pulled out that big...
it's getting into my transmit in it.
Space heater resistor there, screen dropping resistor. And just put the low voltage right on the screens. You know, got rid of that. Put the phase inverter in like you did. Put 6550s in the modulators. Modified the audio section with decent components, and that thing really sounds...
The lake, second biggest lake in Maine.
One day I went upstairs. It was a Sunday. I went up for dinner. And then I watched 60 Minutes, and I came down here about 2 hours later, and the whole place smelled like burnt resistor, and I had a fire in the thing. I mean, it actually, the whole audio section underneath the radio was charred. Christ, I'm lucky I didn't burn the shack down. And there it sits in the burn unit waiting to be worked on, and that was about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago.
N2LJO, ouch. Yeah, you always take a chance leaving these freaking boat anchors on. I have a very nice, comfortable, homemade PTT switch out in the boat anchor shack that works on the Valiant and the Ranger 2 and the Globe King, depending on which way I have my switches thrown. And I've got a momentary and I have a toggle switch. And every once in a while, I don't even realize it, I hit the toggle switch when everything is off. And then I turn, let's say I turn the Valiant on to warm up. And maybe it's not on the antenna or on the dummy load. And if I run out of the room too quick, and I don't realize that the thing keyed up because I hit my little PTT switch. So you got to be careful with these old things.
Johnson 500 about 2 weeks ago. I didn't leave the shack though. I'm sitting here and I turned the thing on, and I also have a toggle switch, push to talk, in a little mini box. And something hit it, and it was keyed up, and I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden I just hear, the sound of transformers humming. And I look over, and all the meters are just about pinned on the 500. I go, whoop. So, I think it was on an antenna, though. But it doesn't do the rig any good to key the high voltage as soon as you turn it on.
Dude, that happened to me the other day. I was switching a rack in the other room. The transmitter's in the other room. And I had it thrown because I was doing some experiments. And so, like, as soon as I turned everything on, it switched over to the antenna and everything, but high voltage on instantly on the Viking 2. Only it made the worst noise. Like, it screamed at me, just like some very odd noise. So I knew what was up right away. But I guess that happens to everybody.
Yeah, it's probably not good for the tubes that have high voltage on them with no filament, or the filament just coming on or coming up. But the 4400 is instant heating filament, so that's not bad. But like 6146s and stuff like that, that can't be good.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on in my rig. The 6146 is indirect heated. It made the most effed up noise, so I knew right away. But hey, they're just 6146s. I mean, they're cheap. I haven't been able to kill a pair yet, though.
They're not that cheap.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that a good pair of RCA or GE 6146s ain't cheap.
Rich, I gotta tell you, when I was on 11 meters 40 years ago, before I got my ticket with my Ranger 2 and my HQ100A, and I had my sonar and Comstat, I never owned, aside from a mobile radio, I never had a solid state CB radio, always tubes, and all my friends too. And we used to have a place in Brooklyn on Avenue X off of Bedford Avenue.
I was monitoring.
And it was a distribution warehouse for vacuum tubes. And they had a little reception area where this woman used to sit, and they had a policy they would give ham operators like 80% off list. And boy, if I had a crystal ball, I would have taken a few $100 down there 40 years ago. But I used to get 61 brand new RCA or GE 6146s, any flavor, B to W, whatever you wanted, for $3.
Well, at one time I had about, 40 6146s of all flavors. Just collected them, and one day I went to a guy that was selling out Schmaler Army and Johnny and a bunch of them. I had so many of them that I started selling them at flea markets, and now I'm down to about a dozen. And I wish I had those other couple dozen back.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't know. And I don't know. I mean, with all the tubes that they make now, Chinese and Russian and all of that, I don't think anybody's making those.
I mean, I've got two variants here, and that's 10 6146s right there. Well, I don't use them in the modulators anymore. I use sweep tubes, but it doesn't take long to go through 6146 if you're going to retube something.
No, but like I said, I don't think anybody is making any foreign tube manufacturer. I don't think anybody's making those with all the tubes they make, the rectifier tubes and the 12AX7s and all of that. I don't think anybody is making 6146s. At least I haven't seen. And I have 6L6s in this Ranger.
I mean, why would they? They haven't made a radio that uses 6146s in 40 years.
Right. Well, if they were used in audio, like for the guitar heads or the audio files, then they would be making them, I guess.
And these ones probably wouldn't be worth a crap.
I'm trying to get away from the boat anchor stuff. I've got it's kind of weird, but I got a vector signal generator over here. It does quadrature modulation, and it only has about a plus 16 dBm output. So I gotta amplify the damn thing up, but it can do like complex AM, independent sideband, vector IQ modulation. Like you can write stuff in the waterfall and do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. And I'm going to try to get that on the air as an exciter. I just have to bring it up from, like 0.03 watts up to something that I can drive my amplifier with. But I think that's going to replace all the boat anchorage over here pretty soon once I get that figured out. W2BTK.
Well, that's what it's good to have young people in the hobby. Right, Rich?
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you, these boat anchors are getting heavier. Just looking at them. But they're so easy to work on. I mean, this thing I'm on now, this Anon, you're at the mercy of somebody else. I wouldn't be able to figure out the first thing about it. But I can fix my Valiant and my Ranger and my FT101 and a few other things every time.
Me too, and I don't know as much as you, so I wouldn't even take the cover off a modern rig, And even if I had flex radios and Anons coming out of my butt, I can't see myself ever being without a Ranger and or a Ranger 2 and or a Valiant. It just wouldn't happen.
Well, I'm never getting rid of my Viking 2. I love this thing. I'm talking on it right now. But Anons and flexes, that doesn't interest me at all. I mean, that's kind of like I could care less about all that. But getting on the air with literally a vector signal generator. This thing, it's pretty cool. It's a Roden Schwartz signal generator. SMIQ03B. It was given to me by a buddy, so you can do way more than just like make AM with it. But getting that on the air, I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, it makes perfect AM. It's like trippy. But I don't know. That's what I'm doing. I got this little, those MOSFETs, the little rectangle deals, LD MOS or whatever. I picked up a little pallet amp, one of those, and it's not quite enough to bring it up to anywhere usable. I can get about 2 watts out of this LD MOS with the drive level that I get from this. So I need some kind of interstage amplifier to bring it up from plus 16 dBm to like maybe, I don't know, like a watt. And then I'll be able to do something, drive that little brick, up to whatever, and then, I can turn it back down to like minus 60 dBm and just like, whisper into that little LD MOS and drive the bigger amp with it. But it's pretty cool stuff. I don't like if you guys have ever run an SDR receiver, but you see the waterfall and everything there. I'd be able to like write messages and draw pictures and stuff in the waterfall with this thing. It's pretty trippy.
Yeah, I'm listening through my tube receiver, but I have the SDR open for a pad adapter now, so I've been using one in one form or another for about 10 years and definitely like the brick wall filtering and all of that. But Rich, you guys doubled a little bit. Last transmission there, Rich, and Billy took you out, so I didn't really get anything of what you had said.
Wow, I just realized something. This whole time I've been talking in my my slop bucket profile, so instead of being 12 kc wide, I was only like 6 kc wide. Does this sound any different?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, Maestro, man, thanks for the follow, bud.
Yeah, spread your arms out here when you're on AM. I do this all the time. I forget to change the profiles. I'm on Slot Bucket. I'll be on Slot Bucket like on 20 meters or 40 meters, and all of a sudden somebody will come and say, "You realize you're 6 kc wide?" I go, "What?" So, yeah. So this is my normal AM profile setup. I think I got the EQ pretty much the same on both of them. No, the EQ's different. The EQ's different on the Slot Bucket one. So hopefully this sounds better. I'm surprised somebody didn't say something, but maybe then again it didn't sound all that bad.
It really didn't.
Well, there you go. So, Bill, you moved your big rig out of the shack. It's in another room now because not too long ago I talked to you. I could barely hear you over all the noise.
Well, no, I moved out of my shack, so the operating position is right in my living room now, and I set myself up a little. I brought the audio rack out here and the modulator out here, and everything gets piped back into the other room where the Viking 2 and the amplifier are. And, you know, I just shut the door. It's the room right behind me. I'm kind of sitting in front of my fireplace, and then the other side of the fireplace is the room where all my transmitter crap is, the antenna tuner, all that stuff. So I get nicer aesthetics. It's nice and quiet out here. It stays a lot cooler, you know, without all the tubes and all that crap right next to me. And yeah, obviously it's, you know, it's just much more pleasant.
Well, how do you run the modulated B plus from the living room into the shack room?
No, the modulated B plus stays in the shack room. The modulator that I'm using it's like a Crown Audio power amplifier, solid state, you know, like a PA amp with 4 ohm output. So I just take the high level audio out of that and I pipe it back into the shack room, and all the high voltage stays in there.
So you're using that as an audio driver, but you have a regular modulator, you know, AB1 or 2 type modulator in the other room?
No, the modulator is this solid state power amp. So, like, you know, I've got my audio rack here. The low level audio comes out of that, feeds the modulator. And the high level 4 ohm output of that, like literally, like you would stick this thing in an amp rack and then run wires out to speakers. Instead of driving speakers, I'm sending it into my modulation transformer in the other room.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I've done that before. So are you using Heising modulation?
No, it's just regular old plate modulated goodness. It's kind of a weird setup. I guess you call it modified Heising or whatever. I'm using a modulation reactor. So the way it works is the high level 4 ohm output comes out of the modulator in this room, and I'm just sending it over Romex back to the modulation transformers, which is, it's actually 2 toroidal power transformers from a company called Antec. They all have dual windings, primary and secondary, both of them. One is 255 volt primary, or I'm sorry, they both have 2 115 volt primary windings, dual windings. One is a 55 volt secondary, dual windings, and one is an 800 volt secondary with dual windings. So the first transformer, I turn around backwards and I feed the 4 ohm output from the modulator into the 255 volt windings, you know, gang together in parallel. And then, you know, the primary of that, which is now being used as a secondary, the 115 side, those are paralleled and fed into the primary of the second transformer, the 115 side. Those are paralleled. And then the other side of that, the 800 volt windings, I put them in series, 1600 volts. So that's basically like the 1 to, I think this one's a 1 to 27 turns ratio or something to make the 4 ohms into 3,000 ohms for those 6146s, and I get about a 1 to 29 from that transformation, the 55 to 1600, and then feeds through a DC blocking cap, and then it goes right to the tube, and then the B plus is fed through a Heising reactor, and I have a 3-diode negative peak limiter circuit wrapped around that, based off of 1956 QST article called Ultra Modulation. So it's a little bit of an unconventional setup, but it works pretty well. I think everybody tells me it sounds decent. W2BTK.
Well,
TP.
Gentlemen, I'm going to say 7-3. Good to speak to you both.
Modified Heising.
Hopefully we'll catch you somewhere.
Heising reactor and blocking cap and all that, and so you're using toroids instead of a mod transformer. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've heard of Antec. Everybody uses those Antec transformers in their Class C rigs. And I often wondered who was going to be the first one that I knew to use those toroids as a pair of them as a mod transformer, because mod transformers are getting hard to come by. But the only thing I don't understand is, I think you're running a big rig there with tube with the handles. What kind of audio output are you getting out of that audio driver?
Oh no, I'm not modulating the tube with handles. It's just an amplifier service, AB amplifier. So just the exciter, the Johnson Viking 2, is being high level modulated by this thing, and it doesn't take that much. I think I have an 800 watt amplifier here, and it's like barely cracked open to modulate those 6146s.
Hey guys, I'm pulling the plug. 7-3 N2LJO.
Okay, George, we'll see you later. Good to hear you. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I'll look for that email again. All right, I understand now. So you got a audio driver, and you're driving the... Actually, it's not really a modulation transformer, is it? It's more like an audio transformer, where you're going from a relatively low impedance to a high impedance, and doing it with modified Heising. And it's the Valiant. Okay, it's the Valiant running your big rig as a linear. All right, now it all makes sense.
Yep, exactly. So it's conventional setup done a little bit unconventionally, but no, it is a modulation transformer. I don't know what you want to call it. It makes 4 ohms into 3,000 ohms with very, very broad bandwidth. The toroidal transformers are really good for that, and since the shielding and all that crap is so good on these things, you can literally use them in series.
Typically you're going from an unbalanced, like an audio transformer, to like a push-pull output audio transformer. With a center tap for bias and stuff like that. So I don't know if that could be called a modulation transformer or not, but I don't know. It works. It sounds good. So yeah, I've done that before. I did that with a couple of little rigs that I built. PW rigs. And I just use like a 20 watt audio transformer with a backwards push-pull audio transformer, a stand core or something. What was it? Triad? I don't remember what it was. I still have it somewhere. And that worked great, nice fidelity audio coming out of the audio driver, which was a PA, actually it was a PA amplifier. So done that, and that's a cheap and easy way of doing it, more or less. But, if you want to run any power, any serious power, you need a humongous audio or PA amplifier to do that. Anyways, who else is in here? This is K1ETP. You still in there, Glenn?
KC1FMD here.
KC1 FMD. I don't hear Glenn, so go ahead.
Well, I've been listening on the side for a while, really. Basically, I'm still learning about stuff that you guys are talking about. And here I am. I bought a solid state amp. So it's a completely different world. But, I just want to say hello and let you know that I'm here. My name is Steve, and I'm in Millville. Over.
Did you say you're in Milton, Mass?
No, Millville, Mass.
Oh, Millville. You're not very far from me. I'm in Milford.
Oh, geez, you're close. Okay, very good.
Yep. So I'm copying you fine here. I don't know what you're running there, Steve, but I'm hearing you okay. Running about 200 watts here.
I'm actually running about 15 watts. I did not turn my amp on yet. I was going to turn it on. But you know what? If I don't need to.
Yeah, you might need to if Bill's going to hear you.
Oh, I hear him fine here.
Well, I turned it on anyway.
What solid state amp is it?
It's the ALS 1300, over.
Okay, I'm using the 1306 here with my Anon.
Oh, copy on the 1306. Very, very good. I'm trying, basically, my weak link here is my tuner. I'm using the auto tuner, the LGG 600. So, of course, I shouldn't be driving this amp very high on AM anyway, right?
Yeah, less than 200 watts output.
Okay. Well, see, dead carrier, I'm at 100 watts, but when I talk, it swings to 2 now. How's that?
That's good.
Geez, that's with only 5 watts input.
Well, let's see. I'm running mine right now at 170 watts output. And when I go to the PEP position, I'm running, let's see, I gotta get used to this new meter here. 1, 2, 3, 4, hello. Test. About 800 watts. It's about 800 watts peak, 170 watts RMS.
Yeah, when I first keyed up, I was swinging 400 watts, so maybe that was a little bit too high.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna run out of headroom doing that, right? Don't run any more than 200 watts carrier.
You mean peak or dead carrier?
Dead carrier.
Okay, very good. That makes more sense. I can go up a little bit more now. Now with 10 watts drive, I key up at 200 watts and I'm swinging to 450.
That's perfect.
My grid meter's laughing at me. I don't think I've ever seen it move. I just loafed this thing about, well, tonight I got about 350 watts, but that was just because there was a bunch of QRM on here before.
So when you key up, it just goes away.
Well, they were taking advantage of the fact that I was talking to some weaker stations, so just making it hard for me to hear. Plugging my ears, as they say.
Copy that. Now, this is my first amp, and I'm looking at the POs are low, way below what they need to be. So I guess I'm not driving the amp too hard. But it's hard to say. I mean, the thing will shut off if you drive it too hard or if you are on the wrong band. But I'm trying to figure out how good the safety features are on this amp.
Yeah, well, the thing is, in constant carrier, you want to run about 20 to 25%, no more than 25% of the amp's capability. So that's a 1200 watt amplifier, so I would say 200 watts is probably the most you want to run. But you're running a lot more than that PEP. I don't know what kind of headroom that. Sounds like you're on a slop bucket rig there, so probably not a lot of headroom there, not a lot of positive peaks. But your positive peaks are probably going up to 7 or 800 watts, which is fine because your positive peaks, because they're intermittent, can go up to 1200 watts, just like if you're on sideband.
Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. I could always talk quieter.
What's the radio?
The Kenwood TS480.
All right, you're using a hand mic, I can tell.
Yes, I can tweak it a little bit there. How's that?
I don't notice any difference. Yeah, you're fine. You're doing fine.
Yeah, learning the audio is really something that I'm focused on, really, my antennas now, because I have a lot of land and a lot of trees, and I've been really going at it, taking down some humongous oak trees here. But a little bit later on, I'm going to start focusing on, getting another radio, because this thing only transmits at like 2.4K for bandwidth. Over.
Yep, I can tell. I can see you on the band scope here. Anyways, Billy, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go upstairs. I got to get something to drink. My voice is starting to get hoarse. And I got to hit the command center. So I think I'll stay up there where it's nice and cool, where the air conditioner is on. Air conditioning is on. It's good to get down here. Been a while. So, over to you, Bill. I'll talk to you later. Nice to meet you, Steve. Take care. KC1FMD and W2BTK to pick it up. K1ETP. Gonna listen out.
70.
All right, see you later, Rich. Nice chatting with you. Well, man, it sounds like that solid state amp has all the bells and whistles. The protection circuits are pretty cool. I don't have any of that stuff built into my amplifier, but luckily the metering that I use has that type of stuff. I can set on my reflected power meter. It will actually unkey the amplifier if it goes over a certain level that I can set, with the little screwdriver here. So I just hold down a toggle switch and adjust it to where I deem, is no longer a safe SWR. And if it ever hits that, it will, there's some contact, there's relays in there, and my entire keying circuit runs through the metering through a normally closed contact, and if the meter deflects past or to that point that I set, that relay will open up and everything will just unkey.
Oh, that's exactly what this thing does, more or less. It just does it in a different way, I believe. The two PAs go out of balance, and I think that's what shuts this off there, according to the manual.
I wasn't sure if someone was trying to get in there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's sounds like a nice amp. Stuff nowadays has it all built in, but the one I'm running is the homebrew Dinosaur, so I've got to do it externally.
No, I think that's great. It just shows you know what you're doing.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
So what you call now?
It's W2BTK, like Billy the Kid.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Pretty quiet night out here. Not a lot of noise. Not a whole lot of signals either.
KC1 is out here at the camp. Hello, Bill. Hello, Steve. KC2, KTY, good afternoon, good evening.
Hello.
Hey guys, Jim up here in upstate New York, about 40 miles west of Albany. Call is Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Delta Yankee.
Kilo Delta Yankee. You sound very good here in Millville, Massachusetts, South Central Mass. The call is KC1 FMD, over.
Yeah, I'm hearing both of you guys quite well. I'm running an ICOM rice box with a random wire tuner. So, not a lot of power, but it's a nice night for signals. I just wondered if you could hear me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't have an S meter on this particular rig, but you're 50 dB above the noise, so your SNR is 50 dB, which is really, really comfortable. You're doing great.
That's really good to hear. I love listening to you guys on AM, and I'm always learning.
Oh, it sounds like me because I usually do the listening.
Yeah, well, I'm out here running my gums a lot these days. Although since I went back to work, I basically don't get on during the week. Just on the weekends, but it's a lot of fun. Well, by the way, I'm live streaming this QSL or whatever's happening here on 3885 via the internet. If you check my QRZ profile, W2BTK, you can find the link there. Or I could just give it to you if you want to punch it in.
Yeah, I'm up here in the woods, Bill. I've got like a 3G connection. I stand in the right place with my cell phone. Other than that, down in the village where I live most of the year, I've got high-speed internet. But there I don't have an HF antenna. I've just got this cheesy little thing in the attic for doing digital modes on 40 meters. So I strung some wire up at the camp here. I hooked up this AH4 wire tuner that a Silent Key friend of mine left for me, and I'm playing on phone for the first time in years.
Oh wow, man! Well, good for you, getting out, going camping. I need to do something like that, disconnect a little bit. So yeah, it's probably good that you don't even have very good cell service or whatever. It's got to be actually nice. But hey, what you're doing over there with the random wire and the tuner, it is working, man. You got a hell of a signal here. So I just had to say that. But yeah, that's no fun not having an HF antenna at the house. But well, hey, you can always tune into the live stream if you want to hear what's going on.
Yeah, I've been on your site. I think I looked you up last fall. I was listening from down south, and I've had some success with this tuner. I'm going to drive a ground stake in down at the house and basically duplicate this in the village. Because I've already got a listening antenna, but this thing was so easy to put up, I'm just like, I'm just going to do this when I get back to the house. I stay up here until September, but when I get back down to the village, I'm going to do this, so maybe we'll be talking from down there when things get quiet in the fall.
No, that sounds good. Yeah, just if you can duplicate exactly what you're doing now, it should work just fine. Not sure. That might be a good spot too, though, where you're camping. So hopefully the spot down in the village is just as good. But yeah, you don't even need a lot of power, man. You've got a tremendous signal.
So when I run this ICOM, I'm running. I think it's like if you run it full power, it's 40 watt carrier. And then I have the light gauge so that I peak power on my power meter peaks when I talk.
Yeah, that's a pretty good power level. That honestly, I get on the air with about 40 watts all the time with my Viking 2 turned down. And, I can do a pretty good signal most everywhere until it gets noisy or it gets real crowded or this or that. And then, I've got an amplifier, which I'm actually running right now, doing about 350 watts of carrier.
So I just dropped my power
Yeah, I would leave it where it was before. You got swallowed up a little bit into the noise there.
All right, just curious. If I don't think I'm doing anything that's going to hurt it.
No, that radio won't even let you hurt it. It'll just swamp itself if you get too aggressive with it. But it sounds good. I mean, for a rice box, you got good, clear rice box audio. Not that, that's a compliment.
How about you, Steve? Did you hear me when I dropped the power down?
Still there, Steve?
Yeah, I thought he was getting back to me, but he just kind of went into the noise. Now, I'm about 1,500 feet from power line, so AM isn't really the greatest for me here.
Anyway, yeah.
One thing about the radio, Phil, is the receiver is wide. I can hear KB1KBW on 3873. I mean, he's not loud, but I can hear him.
Well, yeah, I actually just had to get up and adjust my my filter over here to kind of notch him out, because I hear him too, but he runs, a bit wider than most people. I think he's about 20 kilohertz wide, and I assume that he probably has an EQ with the high end boosted somewhat aggressively, so he usually buckshots over a little bit when he's on, but it doesn't really bother me. I'm never gonna tell anyone how to run their radio. I just get up and I pull the sideband in until I don't hear the splash, and can continue on. So I don't know if you can do that with that radio, but I'm running an SDR receiver over here, so I got a lot of control. I can do like asymmetric passband filtering, so like I can basically manipulate the lower side and the upper side independently. So I'll limit the frequency response on my lower sideband and then leave the upper sideband wide open, and it doesn't really change any fidelity how I'm hearing you guys, but it completely gets rid of any overshoot coming from other frequencies, so it's nice. W2BTK.
Very cool. I'm getting like a S7 to S9 numbers here.
Well, it looks like somebody's attempting to QRM.
Somebody's checking carriers now and playing us back to with ourselves.
Yeah, but that just means that they love you.
Unbelievable.
It is what it is. They're pretty weak here. I mean, you guys are doing just fine, getting over it, so it doesn't bother me. Wow, that's kind of aggressive.
Whereabouts in Milford are you, by the way? Look you up, hold on.
That's unbelievable. Oh gosh, my cat's running behind the rack. Give me 1 second. W2BTK.
KC2KDY.
Yeah, that's not a good place for kitty cats back there. Should be Oh, she's climbing on my desk. She must be lonely.
Cats need a lot of love, that's for sure.
Oh, good. She found the window. She's staring at the lightning bugs out the window. Jerking her head back and forth like, what? What is that? Can I kill it? Oh, Boo Boo the cat. She's the best.
Okay, you're in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, I'm in Washington, New Jersey, up here on Montana Mountain.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic. I was hoping to find a place up high on the hill, but I got myself up halfway up the side of the hill. So I'm about, just under 400 feet above sea level.
Hey, that's not bad. That's where I was before. I was living at my parents' house, or about 400 feet above sea level. I was actually living across the street from Bell Laboratories, the birthplace of the transistor, and that was a good spot. But this Montana Mountain, I guess the peak is about 1,200 feet, and I'm not on the peak, but I'm about 200 foot lower than that, maybe 2.5 miles away from the peak. So we're sitting comfortably at 1,000-foot elevation, and for whatever reason, I think the ground conductivity is really good around here. For one reason or another, because honestly, this antenna works better than it should. Although, I'm not surprised that we're running low power. I get the signals that I do, being that the dipole might just be at the magic perfect height. I think it's about 38 feet to the feed point. So literally, all very high angle radiation it basically just blankets the local area and doesn't work worth a crap for DX. But anything going out as far as like what we'd consider DX is wasted power, in my opinion, because I talk to people on the East Coast here, so that's where all the power is concentrated. But the location is excellent over here. It's super quiet. I can hear a pin drop most of the time. I mean, in the summer, everybody's got the noise level and the static crashes, but for the most part, I hear everybody really, really well when other stations say that they can't.
KC1 FMD. Enjoy that. Right now, my like I said, my noise level is like around a 7 to a 9 with crashes on top of it. And so my next radio is going to be, I don't know, I think I might go with the Kenwood DS890, the 890S, because it has some great filtering, but really I need to get something that's going to be good at filtering out all the noise locally here.
Well, yeah, Kenwood has a really excellent receiver, that 890, but as far as filtering out noise, I think the SDR receivers are where it's at. I mean, I can just plunk down notch filters, like I said before, asymmetric passband, this and that, and it gives you a lot of firepower to fight noise.
Okay, so what am I looking at now here for a radio? What did you say it was?
Well, it's a software-defined radio, so you need a computer to run it, and you get a program. The one I use is called SDR Sharp, and it's just basically a receiver. It's like a little black box that I plug my coax into, and it has a USB port on it, and all the control of the receiver is done through a computer. So it listens to an extremely wide passband. You can do a whole lot of cool stuff with it.
I'll keep that in mind. I mean, I do have in my brain that I want a solid, big desktop base unit because, all of these years I've been not able to have my own setup because I never had my own home. And now, I kind of look at the computer side and wonder if it's kind of getting away from the parts of the radio that I really enjoy, because I do a lot of computer stuff at work, and I'm not sure if I really want to get into that, but again, if it's going to give me what I want performance-wise, I got to really think about that. Side of the road.
Well, yeah, in my opinion, you can't beat the performance of an SDR-based receiver. And it doesn't have to be all computer stuff. I mean, I use that for my receiver, and I run vintage tube gear for my transmit. So there's lots of old tube stuff, mechanical things happening, relays, this and that. And, it's just the receiver that requires a computer. Everything else is, old stuff. So, the best of both worlds, really, if you look at it. W2BTK.
Bill, what SDR box are you running? Is SD Sharp the software?
Yeah, it's the SDR Sharp software, but the box that I have is made by a company called RF Space, and the model is an SDR IQ. It's actually discontinued, and I think you can get way better stuff than this these days, but that's what I have. It's pretty easy to deal with, very plug and play. So, and it works great, but there's all kinds of stuff. Even if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can literally get like a $20 HD TV dongle and use that as a receiver, and that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I've definitely seen SDR radios for real cheap. I mean, even $100 buys seen them. But is the SDR Sharp software like open source software?
For the most part, yeah. You can just get it. It's free. You don't need an AirSpy product to use it, obviously. And then you can load like plugins, like the notch filtering and the bandpass filtering that I have. Those are add-on plugins that I've added to the program.
Did you have to purchase those?
I'm sorry, did I have to what?
Did you have to purchase those?
No, it's free. It's just scripts that somebody made and turned into like plugins. You just drop them in the SDR Sharp folder and they load right up. So it was 100% free on the software side.
Very cool. I'll definitely be playing with that more. Well, KC2KDY riding along.
KC2KDY. Yeah, I can hear you pretty good, actually. So let me ask you, what about a computer now? Do you need something that really is a ripping fast computer?
Not really. I mean, you can't use something that's like super ancient, but the computer that I run all this stuff with was an old office computer that I got on eBay for like $100. I think it has an Intel, a very slow Intel i7 processor. And, the requirements are pretty low. It's running like Windows 7. I mean, like I went on eBay and bought a $100 computer, and it works great.
You know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I thought about my desktop in the other room. It's still running XP. It suits me still for what I need. But it's a desktop and it's too cumbersome, and I need a monitor and the whole bit. So you must have a laptop that's like part of your rig.
Well, I did do that for a while, and then that laptop kind of crapped out on me. So I did get a desktop. This is a desktop, but it's it's a Dell Optiplex something or other that was like surplus from some business. They were selling like 50 of them at a time, and it's old and crusty. And I picked it up for $100, and it does exactly what it needs to do. It just runs the SDR receiver, and that's all that it does. So it's just fine. And if you had some kind of old laptop, I'm sure that would work as well. But you got to keep in mind, the more plugins and stuff that you load into the program, audio processing, that kind of taxes the CPU a little bit. So you might not be able to use like every single feature at once, but there would be no reason to do that anyway.
Yeah, copy. There's just so many facets, and I can go so many places, and, where to put my money is to be, but right now I'm focused on the antenna side. What I'm running now is a simple wire that's end fed by a company called myantennas.com. It has a, I don't know, it's a multi, I don't know if it's a 9-to-1 Ballon on it, but he's got a transformer that works pretty well. So it's half wave at 75 meters here, 80 meters. But I really have a lot of plans for putting up a lot of different stuff out there, and I can't believe how many different ways I can start to think about, a direction to go, and then it's quite consuming. It's almost overwhelming, but not quite over.
Oh yeah, I know. But that's the thing. If you can think a little bit about it, you don't really have to spend a whole lot of money to do this stuff. I mean, you could go out and buy a flagship computer. You don't need it. Just get some old junk. I bought this SDR used. Got it for a good price. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. Just got to think about it a little bit. That's all. But yeah, it can be overwhelming in that aspect, I guess. But it's all fun, right? So, it is what it is.
It is fun. It is fun there. KC2KDY. So did you say you were mobile?
No, actually, I'm at my camp, which is a travel trailer on a 20-acre plot of land up on the hillside. I'm about 1,600 feet above sea level on a south-facing hillside. So that's probably favoring me a little both your direction. I think but yeah, no, I'm in a stationary location. I think I just said I'm riding along rather than just hanging out with them.
Okay, I copied most of that. You are very high elevation-wise. I'm not sure what you're running for an antenna there, but you're kind of in the noise, so I'm not really hearing you all that clear there. What about you, Will?
I'm hearing him pretty well. The noise level has definitely come up a little bit, though.
So I will say 73 guys. Join the family, but it was very nice hanging out with you and picking up some new information. It's nice to know that on good condition you can read well, Billy. I enjoy listening to you and Clark and all the guys on Friday night, so it's nice to be able to say hello to you. And Steve, if you can still hear me, have a good one. It was nice to meet you both, and we'll talk again. KC2KDY.
All right, real cool, man. Hey, thanks for jumping in there, dude. It's a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully, if you're going to be up there for a while, leave that random wire up. It's working real well. And key up again, say hello sometime, when Clark's on or whatever. I'd love to talk to you again. And then, when you get back down to the village, hopefully you can replicate what you're doing over there, because honestly, it is working very well. I said the noise came up, but I'm still hearing you just fine. So, all right, go enjoy the family, and I'll say 7-3 from W2BTK.
So long, guys. KC2KDY.
Take care.
Yeah, I think I might get out of here myself. It's pretty noisy. Been operating almost 3 hours. Might just go see what else I could get into on a Saturday night. Got a couple things going over here. I got a little bottle of rum over there. I might venture over and crack it open, see what the hell's happening, turn on a movie or something. But yeah, these summertime conditions are kind of lousy. So after a couple hours of operating, you really really get your ears get kind of fatigued by all the noise and this and that, and yeah, you know how it is. But real nice talking to you. I had a lot of fun tonight. So, with that, I'll say 7-3, and good luck with all the SDR stuff. I hope you can get that going, even though you got to stare at computers all day. It's one more screen to look at, but the performance is there, man. I'm telling you, it's just you can't beat the performance of an SDR receiver as far as filtering noise and things of this nature. So anyway, I will catch you later. So I'm assigned W2BTK. Listening out for a minute.
All right, very good, dear Will. I had fun. Thanks for talking. This is really the first time I've used my amp in a long duration here, and especially on AM. This is really my first time using it on AM. So far, so good. That's great. I definitely know what you mean about being fatigued by the noise. You're absolutely right. The conditions have been horrible. There's a ton of noise. So when I come down here and I scan around, I do kind of focus more on the service signals, use my RF gain to tweak and stuff. And I had something else to say too, but I forgot, so I'll say have a good night, and we'll talk again. KC1 FMD will be on the side.
All right, I'll talk to you later. And I heard somebody key up in there with you who called me, and I'll see who that is real quick before I jump out of here. So go ahead.
Okay, I didn't realize that he was still transferring. W2BTK at 9WO.
Oh, hey, what's up, Gary? Yeah, you're coming in pretty well tonight, man. I was just about to hop out of here, but hey, look at that. We got W9WOO.
KC2 CWM. Pretty good. Also, I just want to say hello to you. Sound beautiful here in India. Hello to everybody on the East Coast. Yeah, you're doing real well. Just saying hey. And before you went off the air, don't know if you're coming back. Early, 8:51 here. Same time, and usually you don't get off in midnight, don't you? W2BTK W9WOO.
Yeah, and I heard CWM in there as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of slide out of here and maybe go relax a little bit. I gotta do a bunch of stuff tomorrow and then work Monday. Like my lawn is almost a foot high. I've been neglecting that. I gotta clean up around the house and this and that. So if I stay on the radio all night, I know I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow and not want to do anything. So I'm gonna just make an attempt to get some good rest tonight and be able to get up and do a bunch of chores and stuff tomorrow. You know how it is. But hey, CWM, I heard you in there too. Why don't you pick it up with Gary if you can hear him? He's out there in Nine Land. Hey, I'll catch you guys later, all right? Thanks for jumping in there and saying hey. I'll say 7-3. W2BTK.
Yeah, you go ahead, Billy. Get her done. Get her done. Yeah, I did that today. Cut the grass. Not that I needed it, but, I understand. KC2, CWM, the band for me is not so great, so I'm not really sure who I'm hearing or if I'm going to be hearing
Yo,
anybody.
Nick, man, thanks, bro.
So let me, somebody pick it up.
Well, I just heard a little bit of you. I'm not hearing too well.
Oh, man, there's Nick with the resub, man. Thanks for that, dude. So cool. I'm glad that you like the channel, man. I'm really glad you like hanging out here. And, man, this coronavirus sucks. We got to get you your license, man. But, that's coming. That's coming. It's even if you just get the tech, we'll be able to talk. I mean, I can hit all those repeaters by your house. I mean, we could probably talk simplex on 2 meters or something. It'd be a lot of fun. Or like I could throw my CB antenna up like I said I was gonna do. But yeah, I think that's about it for me tonight. I really am gonna try to go to bed early because I've got I've just been neglecting everything around the house here, staying up late, drinking wine, and sleeping in and stuff. But tomorrow is chores day, so anyway, guys, let me see if anybody's on who's like maybe Steve is streaming or something, can hop in there. If not, I'm just gonna end the stream, but we'll give it a look here. So I don't really see anybody on, so all right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream for tonight. Hey, 350, man, you have a good night too, man. Thanks for hanging out, and man, Nick, thanks for continuing your sub. That's really cool. Hey, Hunter, I'll catch you later too. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I chopped up some of the stream from last night when Daniel and Benjamin were on. The two 9-year-old operators got on. And we were talking to them for a little while. I think they had a great time. So I made a clip of that and some other stuff, threw it up on the YouTube. You can check that out. But yeah, guys, might fire up for a short little stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. Depends how much I get done. But anyway, I'm going to hop in Discord. Yeah, maybe I might hang out for a little bit. I've got Discord open, but I'll probably see you guys in there. So let me go ahead and shut the stream down. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I hope you had fun. So we'll see y'all next time, all right? Peace out.